The universe rewards people that take risks. If you are not living the life that you wish to live, then I would hazard a guess that the risks that you have been unwilling to take are what have put you in the place that you're currently at. We're talking about the rebrandification of yourself, your identity, your habits, your actions, your social circle that will determine the trajectory of the rest of your life. Part 1. Pick a thing, pick a platform, start doing stuff, make the content, send the emails, learn along the way. Your level up begins by having a meaningful goal, a project, something for you to focus your energy toward. It's only when we have our eye on some sort of prize that we begin to take the steps necessary. It's when we begin to behave in a different way. It's when we think in a different way. So many people don't have the skills, or they don't have the know-how or the knowledge or the understanding or the perspective to get where they want to go, and so they revert to some simpler version of events that isn't aligned with your highest interest. Let's just put it really bluntly, it's not what you want for your life. In order to level up, it's quite simple. However, it takes time, and that's the thing that people don't want to invest. They don't want to invest time because there's instant gratification. So jobs that you don't like, you do them for the short-term gratification. Relationships you don't like, you're in them because, at the end of the day, you get to kiss someone or whatever. Even though you know that it's not what you're truly happy with. And so we need to enter into the realm of delayed gratification. Because with delayed gratification, the payoff comes way further down the line. And that means you might be going home for like a year and there's no one to kiss. It might mean that your income is tiny in comparison to what it was in a previous salaried job. That's something you need to just take on the chin and realize that the sooner you embrace the possibility that there will be that scarcity, we'll call it, the sooner that scarcity will actually turn into abundance. But in order for you to step into that abundance, you need to actually let go of what you're currently holding on to, because what you hold on to is taking the place of what could be there. And we are scared to let go of it because there's a risk involved in doing that, and we don't want to take risks because we don't want to enter the realm of uncertainty. But my friend, it's in the realm of uncertainty that the beauty and the magic can come to be. I like to make things actionable, so pick a social media platform that you want to grow on. Start sharing content on that platform. Realize that your content is probably not very good and that nobody's engaging with it. And then go and learn what people are engaging with. Go and look at your favorite creators. Go and research what seems to be working for other people, and then see how you can integrate some of those tactics, some of those vibes into your own projects. And it's by doing that that you develop your unique flavor. Still, like an artist, there is no originality in this world. Don't be worried about trying to be original and be your own. We are all different versions of one another. It's totally natural and normal for there to be crossover. Don't let that deter you from creating something. If you don't have an idea, look at someone else's idea that you appreciate and see if you can just alter that to make it 5% different. And then there you have it. You have your own original twist and embellishment on some other piece of creativity that's already out in the world. You're probably not the best right now, and that's fine. But I guarantee that you've got something in you that can be shared. And often the difference between people sharing things and people not sharing things isn't the level of knowledge that they have, but it's the confidence and the self-belief that they have and the willingness they have to be perceived as a loser or a hippie or a wannabe. People are always going to doubt you. People are never going to fully support you, especially in the early stages of a journey when people literally can't comprehend or understand what the future might look like for you. Because so many people are conditioned to just settle and to believe that the only possibility and the only safe and surefire way to exist in this world is to do things that you kind of want to do but you don't really want to do. It's those meh experiences that you have. It's the meh experience of going to college for some degree that you don't even really want to do, but you do it because that's what society seems to validate. And then if you're like me, you come out the other end with a degree and 6 years, 7 years later, it's like, what was the point? I remember a friend of mine said, oh, at least we'll have a degree, a degree it'll never harm you. And that's true, but you know what does harm you? Spending 4 years doing something you don't care about. That harms you, because that's 4 years that you could have spent doing something you cared about. It's 4 years you could have spent learning about something. And I'm not saying to regret your previous decisions, but I'm saying if you're doing things right now that you know you don't want to be doing, take the opportunity to start giving some of your energy towards something else that excites you, and something else that you don't know what the outcome is going to be. Take that risk, take the leap, and see what unfolds from it. See what you're forced to do as a result of deciding to move toward a goal. You might realize that you don't have the skill set. You don't know how to edit videos. Great, now you learn how to edit videos. You've just got a new skill. Even if you don't reach that goal of being whatever your goal was, being a famous YouTuber, you can edit videos. That's a skill. That's a very impressive skill that can be used in so many different ways. You could be a video editor. You could start another media project totally unrelated to the other one that you began, and now you still have the skill of editing. So you're always learning your skills. When you move toward a goal, you have to learn the skills. You have to meet people. You have to network. You have to cultivate different mindsets, and that is what allows you to live a diverse and exciting and creative life. As a creator, you are a creator. You're co-creating with life. It's not about whether you get to the goal or not, and we're not saying that we're setting a goal just to not get the goal. No, you might get the goal, but it doesn't matter if you get the goal, because on the way to the goal, however far you get, you experience different understanding of the world, different understanding of yourself. You will cultivate skills, no doubt. You will meet people. That is the point in setting a goal. It's not necessarily to achieve it. The call to action here is identify that thing. You probably already know what it is. It's whatever just popped into your mind there. Start cultivating some sort of action plan to get you on the way to that destination. Don't worry about actually getting there. Just take your best guess on how you could get there, and then start doing things today. Part 2, ignore people. Be silent. They won't support you. They won't understand. They'll ask you about your plan B. Let them. Let other people doubt you. Doubt yourself if you wish, but just know that that self-doubt does not need to determine whether or not you take the actions to up-level yourself and your life. I have been doing lots of things for a long time, and I've had a lot of success in certain areas. I doubt myself way more often than I would like. I've come to realize that self-doubt is just a natural part of the process of straying off the beaten track. Even on the beaten track, people doubt themselves. Self-doubt is just a thing. We don't need to eradicate self-doubt, but what we need to do is realize that it's normal. It's not something that we need to run away from. It's not a sign that we should stop doing things that we're pursuing. It's just a sign that we're human. I think that's the most simple way I can put it. I remember being at family dinners many years ago when I was at the acceptable age to not have a job. I guess I was a teenager in college or something like that. And people ask what your plans are, and you tell them that you want to be an artist, or that you're gonna be doing video, film stuff. And people ask, well, how do you do that? Like, how do you make money? And maybe they ask you, oh, are you gonna work for the national broadcaster? No, we're not interested in that in this camp. We want to do exciting creative things that are fueled by our personal explorations. It's hard for people to comprehend that. Like, you say media, and then that's a non-traditional job in many ways, but then in order to make it traditional, people will try and draw a line between media and then like a government organization or something like that. This is just a trivial example that I'm sharing from my experience. The point is that people are going to doubt you, and they're going to try and put you in a box no matter what. Sometimes you'll share what you want to do and someone will say, well, what's your plan B? Like, what if that doesn't work out? I say to that, why bother having a plan B? Why even dedicate energy to that when that could be dedicated to your plan A? That could be dedicated to the thing that you actually want to do. And that's not saying that we're just going to end up homeless if plan A doesn't work out. No, you just don't need to worry about whether plan A is going to work out or not until plan A doesn't work out. And if it doesn't work out, it's fine. It'll just turn into a different plan A. You'll learn along the way. When you decide to have a plan A and a plan B and a plan C and a plan D, you're spreading yourself so thin. You're going to be dedicating energy to one thing, and then simultaneously you don't actually believe in the thing that you're dedicating your energy to. You're feeding your plan B. What you need to realize is that it doesn't matter what other people think of you, because no matter what, no matter how successful you are, people are going to discredit you. People are going to not have faith in you as you do in you. And that's sad, it's annoying, I would rather the world was not like that, but alas, that is how the world is. Every day we risk upsetting other people. When you decide to stray from the beaten track, you definitely risk that a lot more often, because it's scary for you, and of course it's going to be scary for the people that love you and care about you. It's going to be scary for other people in society who don't want to see you not succeed. Some people are going to try and put you down because they care and they don't want you to end up in a situation that's unfavorable. And some people are going to put you down because they're projecting their own limiting beliefs upon you. In either case, it doesn't matter. Listen, observe, and realize that they're kind of right. You don't know what's going to happen. You might fail. You might land flat on your face. And that's only a problem if you perceive it to be a problem. You could also perceive it as an opportunity for learning. You only fail when you stop trying. Otherwise, a failure is really just a lesson learned. You can take that lesson, you can realize what happened, what went wrong, and then you can use that information going forward to make different decisions that result in a different outcome. That's how you end up getting to the place that you are hoping to go. Maybe you don't arrive where you actually wanted to go at the beginning, but you arrive somewhere that you're actually happy with. The only way to get there is through trial and error. If you're not willing to have trial and error in your life, expect mediocrity, because you're not taking any risk. If you're not willing to have something flop, you're never going to learn what soars. It would be great if we could just do one thing and have that one thing result in all of our wildest dreams. Maybe for the occasional individual that is the case, but it's not something that we can rely upon. Let other people judge you. Judge yourself if you want to, but keep your eye on the prize and keep moving. Part 3, succeed in silence. Assume that you do not know anything. The most powerful thing that you can do as a creator is to act, to make decisions. The least powerful thing that you can do is talk about all of the things that you're going to do, how amazing your business is going to be, how you've got this project that's going to make you a millionaire. None of it matters. And I'm not saying that that won't happen and none of that is true, but what I'm saying is action is what leads to those things happening. Action is making a terrible website and putting your minimal viable product or service on there. Action is making a YouTube video that looks terrible and sounds awful and gets 4 views and 2 dislikes. Action is writing a script, sitting down in front of your camera and speaking to it for 20 minutes only to realize that you never even hit record. Those are the actions that actually will get you closer to your goals. In order to become the person that has $1 million, in order to be the person that runs the team of 20 people, in order to be the person that creates impactful content, you need to be the person that does those things. The person that creates impactful content takes out their camera and they speak to it. The person that has $1 million, they've given value to the tune of $1 million, and that's been reciprocated in the form of currency. If you're not giving value, if you're not walking the talk, things probably won't happen. I know far too many people who have entrepreneur in their Instagram bio and talk about their business and how busy they are, and there's nothing to show for it. Because it's all happening in here and none of that matters. We need to share our gifts in the real world, and we need to be willing to fail, and we need to be willing to look like an idiot. That is the difference between someone that has results and someone who dreams of having results. The person that has results has embarrassed themselves. They've hit rock bottom. They've been frustrated with the lack of progress that they're making. That's part of going for what you want. It's not sexy. It's really frustrating. I wish it weren't that way. But alas, anything good that has ever happened in my life is because I took a risk, because I did something that I was scared to do and was probably perceived in a negative way by a lot of people at various times and misunderstood. But ultimately, it's allowed me to arrive at a place that I feel content, I feel happy, I feel excited about what's to come, and I'm very grateful and blessed that I've been on the journey that I've been on, because I have the skills and the knowledge and the experience that I have. And I'm excited to continue cultivating all of those things. If people aren't in the same arena as you, they're not going to comprehend what's happening. Most of my friends and family don't understand how I support myself or what I do. And that's okay. Not everybody needs to know every detail of your life and business and philosophy and belief system. And you can still have those people in your life. You can still have those connections in those communities. But it's just about realizing who fits where. Because if you find speaking to a certain person about certain things results in you not feeling good and inspired and excited, then maybe you need to reevaluate how you're approaching that friendship. Maybe you need to find someone else. Maybe you need to find a mentor or someone who has experience with that thing and go to them with those issues. And you'll probably get a different response, maybe one that's more helpful. I've got a very good friend. He's very inspiring to me, a very successful business owner. And one day I felt like everything was just gone to shit. And I said to him, basically what was happening, I was like everything's gone terrible. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I just feel like quitting. And he said, good stuff, great job. Immediately I felt better because I was like, oh yeah, this is part of the journey that I'm on, is feeling like everything's gone down the toilet. And having people like that around you that understand, that comprehend, is really empowering and really important. Because if you're just going to your family dinner table on a Sunday and expressing that you've got a challenge in your business or with your cash flow or whatever it might be, you're probably going to get a response like, would you consider getting a job? I'm not saying that that's a bad idea, but I'm saying that the perspectives of the people that you're around is going to dramatically impact the person that you become as a result of spending time with those people. You could go and trade your time for money and you would get money and there would be a sense of security. But there's another path where instead of trading your time for money in a job to tie you over, you end up meditating and an idea pops into your head that you realize is actually the solution to the challenge that you've been having. But that wouldn't be able to happen if you were dedicating an extra 30 hours a week to a different job. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's not straightforward. It's not as simple as A leads to B. If this is the problem, this is the solution. No. Sometimes there's problems and we actually don't know what the solution is right away. And the beauty is we don't need to know what the solution is right away. But we allow it to unfold. And maybe one day then you're just in the shower and it just pops into your head. That's delayed gratification. This is what we talked about at the very beginning of this video. And if you're committed to that process of not knowing where you're going and then allowing the answer to surface at the most spontaneous and often inconvenient time, like in the shower when you don't have a pen or a phone to write it down, that is where the magic happens. That is how you elevate to that version of yourself. It's the combination of the goal setting. It's the combination of acquiring skills and experience and meeting new people and cultivating new ways of being in this world and new ways of approaching and interacting everything that you see in front of you. There will always be naysayers. There might even be one in your own head. That's fine. But realize that you can cultivate an undercurrent of faith and belief in yourself that if you persist, if you keep on remaining agile, that you can pivot in any moment that's necessary. You don't need to have all of your plans mapped out and if this doesn't work then I'll go there and if that doesn't work I'll go there. That's too much energy going in too many different places at once. Just pick somewhere. Try go there, see what happens. If you find that there's a tree falling and block the road, okay, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna saw through the tree? Are we gonna jump over it? Are we gonna just go back the way we came and see if there's another path? That's all stuff that you learn along the way, and no guru, no teacher is gonna be able to tell you exactly what to do, because it's you who has to figure that out for yourself, and it's daunting and it's scary, but you can do it. And so long as you maintain that awareness of the non-linear nature of the delayed gratification, you're guaranteed to arrive at success again and again and again, only until you realize that there's another level. And that's how you keep leveling up. I'm wishing you continued success. I'd love to hear what you thought of this video. Let me know in the comments what you took away from it. Also, there's a newsletter In the description, it's free to sign up, and I send out weekly insights there that might be valuable for you. Have a great day.